Alright, hey guys, the Ultimate Freezer here, welcoming you back to another Sonic merchandise video. It's been about 6 months I think since I've last done a Sonic merchandise review. Well, I'm back today, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Impact Innovations Sonic the Hedgehog plush set that you see right in front of you. Now, these plushes come out, I believe it was about 5 or 6 years ago. To my knowledge, they were only released in the United Kingdom. Now, they have been re-released over the years. In fact, you can sometimes see these in some toy shops now and then. However, they appear to be sort of, I don't know, either the size is slightly different or some of the material that you'll notice on the plushes has changed over the years. However, they were only released once in these collectible boxes that you see in front of you. This was the very first time they come out, was in these boxes. And I think it's a really nice touch for a Sonic plush. It sort of looks like he's got his own sort of display case for him to sit in. And it looks really good on display, I must say. Now, these were available when they first come out in a UK game retailer called Game. And the future releases after this, not the collectible boxed ones, they would appear in sort of the more just basic toy shops. I sometimes occasionally see these, the newer versions of these popping up in just random toy shops every now and then. I believe they were the price range. They were between £10 and £15, which is pretty good because they're pretty reasonably sized plushes, and you get in this awesome display box. And in terms of Sonic plushes, I think they actually look pretty good. I mean, they're based on the classic models, of course, as you can see, but I actually think they're pretty well proportioned and good looking plushes for what they are. There was also a smaller version of these plushies released, sort of like a miniature version of them. They were half the price, but they didn't come in display blocks like these ones. I mentioned at the start of the video that this is the complete set that was released, and it is. However, if you know about these plushes, you'll know that there was actually a fourth character that was supposed to be released, and I'm going to show you the back of the box, and you'll see that there was a planned Dr. Eggman plush to be released. Bit of a shame that he wasn't released, because Eggman merch is pretty scarce and is usually quite valuable when it pops up. But yeah, so we was left with Sonic, Tails and Knuckles, which isn't a bad thing, but it's a shame that we didn't get to see Dr. Eggman released. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the box first before we have a look at the plush. You can see we've got a classic Sonic design. There's the Impact Innovations logo there. It's also on the back. At the top, I don't know if that's picking that up. It's there. It's the address and the website of the place. And on the other side we have a different pose of Sonic. Classic Sonic, I should say. Now, I can't actually get Sonic out of the box because he's actually still attached to the plastic straps that are keeping him in the box. Show you there. There's 3 of them holding his spikes. However, I can get him pretty much out and give you a good look at him. Also, if you want to look there, you've got sort of the classic Green Hill display in the box there. Another nice touch, and the characters there. Onto the plush, you can see. So he's got a nice little tag there that says Sonic the Hedgehog at Sega. The Impact Innovations logo again. Side view of him. He's pretty well stuffed. It feels like it's just sort of basic stuffing for a plush. It's not like those little tiny little balls that you sometimes get in Sonic plushes. He's got stitched on eyes, which is always a plus. Not a big fan of those velvety GE eyes that you the GE plushes that have the velvet eyes. I'm not a big fan of those. Much prefer the stitched on ones. His tag, he's got a pretty big tag. It opens fully like that. As you see there, collect them all, Sonic and Tails, Knuckles and Dr. Eggman. Although, as I mentioned, Dr. Eggman is not released. Shoes, a quick look, just a quick show you there. He's got his little buckle there on his shoes, which is a nice little touch. You can actually get your finger right under the like the strap thing here. It is stitched down in the middle though, but you can get your finger whole right way in there. Okay, I'm going to show Tails. The funny thing is about Tails is he's actually a bigger plush than Sonic. Not just because of the tails either, he's actually got a much bigger belly. So he's actually a little bit heavier than Sonic. As you can see there, he's got his two tails, which are pretty nicely done because you've also got the little the fluffy bit at the end here to make it sort of look a bit more realistic. Even got his little belt buckles. These are actually pretty well designed plushes, especially for the price that they were when they were released. The tags are the same for each of them, so I won't show you each of the tags. I'll sit him back down in there. The nose is plastic on these on Tails. For some reason, I'm not sure why, because Knuckles and Sonic's nose are cotton or material, whatever you want to say, but he does have a plastic nose. Maybe it's because Tails has a smaller nose compared to Sonic and Knuckles. So they sort of did go that sort of extra distance when thinking of how they were creating these. They obviously was looking at the material when they was designing them. Now for Knuckles. As you can see, it's pretty well made. His head's a little bit small, I'd say, compared to what he actually is. But you can see it's got all his individually stitched dreadlocks there, and the dreadlocks are actually stiff. They're not like the arms and legs. They actually won't move much, so they're pretty well sort of really extra stuffed them to make it a bit more realistic. His hands are pretty good as far as a plush goes. Really big hands, not just like you sometimes see just like a basic circled hand for Knuckles. You can actually see it is actually proportioned to where he's actually would be cupping his hand like that. And you've even got an individual stuffed thumb there, and you can actually get your finger right in there, right the way through it. So they're actually pretty well done. Okay, and that's pretty much all I can say about these plushies. As I say, you can get the redesigned ones of these pretty easily online and maybe in a toy shop, as I've already said. However, these versions, I don't think you see too much of these online, like auction sites such as eBay. And if you do, you've got to fork out quite a bit of postage if you want it in good condition with a box, because, I mean, look, the size of the boxes are pretty big, so you're going to get stinged on quite a postage if you want to get these. But if you really did want to get these sets with the boxes, I'd highly recommend tracking them down. They're really good, well-designed plushies, and they look really quite awesome in these display boxes, I must say. It's a really unique and take on for a displayed Sonic plush. Okay, and well, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate any comments, thumbs up, and as always, appreciate my subscribers. Stay tuned, and I shall see you guys soon for another Sonic merchandise video. Thanks for watching.